discernments
Yes.
to be able to identify, is your husband a mama's boy?
Or just someone who loves his
Or just
mom a
someone
lot.
who loves his mom a lot. That is something that you need to figure out by yourself. Also based on, his attributes and the way, there's some awkward, moments between a son and a mother that just leaves you wondering, like, what is happening here?
I thought you were a remark for a moment. But really, what you've said is the truth. If you're the woman who's going to tolerate things like your husband putting your mom first all the time, then it is important to be able to discern what you're doing. Is it to your own benefit or to your own detriment? Because you might be looking out for his mom, meanwhile she's like, good, my wife, my husband, my son's wife must not be taken care of better than me. There are actually some mothers like that.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. I mean, like I said, we've seen cases of that. So as it is your responsibility as a woman in this case to be intentional. Look out for this, because some of them could be red flags. We're not saying that a son should not cater to his mother. No, that's not what we're saying. And in this case, in regards to what the pastor said about if a man buys a car for his mother before his wife, well, I think he should also sort of he should think about it critically, because as a pastor, he's supposed to be, well, religion-wise, yeah, you're supposed to cater to your mom and cater to your wife. But then again, I feel that you need to just take care of both of them. If you can afford to buy a car for both of them, go ahead and buy it. If you can afford to buy for one at a time, buy for one, and then maybe later on, you let the other one also understand that for certain reasons, I would like to get this car for Momsi.
Exactly.
She's elderly. She has errands
a case has to be made
to make it easier for her.
Yes.
Let your wife understand that. And if you have to buy a car first for your wife, you also need to let your mother understand that, Mommy, because of whatever reasons, children runs, she's pregnant, whatever reasons, I would get a car for my wife first, and then later on we can now cater to your needs in that regard. But you need to let both parties understand so that there is no animosity, between this, because it's very easy for daughter-in-law and mother-in-law issues to, they say, I bought her a car, she has used jazz, she has washed and put, she has all that. So please ensure that there's clarity and there's communication.
Exactly. You see, communication and discernment is very important. As a woman, know when to take a step back. But it's also important to ensure that it is done respectfully. You want to buy a car for your mom, I'm cool with it, but did you have a conversation with me first? Because there are some men that they take millions of decisions without even consulting their wives, and that's always a problem at the end of the day.
And well, it's been an interesting conversation here. Let us know what your thoughts are. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Would you rather get a car for your wife first or for your mother?
Buy for your mother, I beg.
Let us know, guys. We'll be right back. The show continues shortly.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
You be like person with no budget.
at this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's
I
all
live
we can
Nigeria,
take.
but I choose to
Ejeki,
stay.
close the show, Yi Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to
Coconut chicken curry rice. I think there's an addendum. There's an addendum. That's
No.
coconut chicken.
No,
curry.
coconut curry rice. Then we are having our
Chicken.
protein, chicken.
Oh, separately. So
Yes,
the
separately.
chicken is not part of
Of the
the
rice.
fusion.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fantastic. But that's what we're having. So let's run through the ingredients for our coconut curry rice.
So we have our rice. So we have our tomato diced. We have our bell pepper, scotch bonnet, onions, tomato paste. These are our curry, salt and seasoning. So these are our coconut milk.
Okay.
So and these are our meat stock.
Beef stock. So beef stock, not chicken stock.
No, we are using chicken stock.
Okay.
Chicken stock.
Chicken stock,
Yeah.
fantastic. It seems like a very easy recipe.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, I didn't see that. I'm wondering what role does it play? Does it not make it soggy?
No. That's why we diced it. It's just like another version of, I don't want to call it jollof rice.
Okay.
So, but the main this thing here is the curry that is going to, and we don't see that we don't have any other spices aside from curry. We don't
Okay.
want it to overpower.
Yeah, but it's still going to look like jollof rice, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so we are having coconut curry jollof rice.
Let's call it that.
Yeah, because, we are adding the twist to the
Yes,
recipe
to the
is the
recipe.
coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
So let's talk about what other way we could, get coconut milk. Not everybody really likes to get, off
Yeah,
the
the
counter.
store-bought, yeah.
So how can we get, that natural coconut
So you just
milk?
get your coconut, then if you want a fine white, very white texture, you scrape the back of the coconut.
Okay.
So then you sieve, you blend and sieve. Or
Okay.
you juice if you have a juicer.
Oh, juice, if you have a juice. Oh, you
Yeah.
can do that?
Yes.
Oh, can you imagine that? Fantastic. So talk to us. Where do we begin? How does this recipe, where do we start?
So we'll start by sauteing our onions and spices.
Okay.
Then we'll fry. We'll saute with our tomato too.
Okay.
Then when it's done, we'll add our coconut milk and our stock with then rice. Just simple, easy peasy.
Easy peasy, she
Yeah.
says. We'll see if it's really easy peasy indeed. If you're just joining us, guys, with me in the kitchen is Chef Walia, and she is making coconut rice, coconut curry rice, and chicken. But let's just say she's making coconut curry jollof rice, right? Because we're having tomato paste in this recipe, and we have our tomatoes as well. And I feel like without the tomato paste in your rice, it's fried rice. Right? Yeah, without that, it's fried rice. But since we're making use of, tomato paste, it gives it that jollof look and feel. So let's begin. Are we parboiling our rice?
No.
You're not parboiling it?
So we can boil water on the other side. So when we are done, we just add our hot
So
water.
please go ahead. Do you need me to help you with anything?
I'm fine.
All right. I'm sure you already got it covered.
Yes.
I'm sure I trust you. You always have it covered. So I don't know if you remember, guys, but there was a time Walia was on trend. She made this Mongolian beef sauce. And then I tried it over the weekend. If you're wondering where you can catch up on that, you can look up on YouTube. We have a plethora of our previous episodes. You could just look on there. You have to keep searching and searching and searching for it. But that Mongolian beef sauce, guys, it hits. I'll say it hits. And not because I made it. Every other person who had it were like, whoa. Right. So I'm sure you could also, reach out to her on all her socials if you want to get the recipe for the Mongolian beef sauce. I'm sure she's willing to share because she is such a lovely person. She'll give it to you for free. All right, guys, we're going to quick break now while we begin our recipe for our coconut curry rice. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's lead.
It's time for us to check out the newspaper headlines this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. I am joined by MM, and this morning we'll begin from the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper has this as its major headline: petrol rising costs. Marketers write Dangote over bulk purchase deal. Ipman, Petran, refineries 500 million PMS reserves. Queues in Abuja after NNPCL's price hike. Here we also see police arrest 1,246 arms dealers, kidnappers, recover 3,172 ammunition in October. Down here we see Bianca Ojukwu. Other ministers set for swearing in after Senate confirmation. Commuters demand a quick repair of damaged Lagos Bridge. Here we also have food inflation. 7 imported wheat vessels arrive Nigeria. Up here in the Punch newspaper, there's Tinubu appoints Oluyede acting COS as Lagbaja undergoes treatment. Fubara appeals as court stops Rivers allocations. Striking varsity workers vow showdown as federal government rebuffs talks. All of these stories and more you can catch in the Punch newspaper today.
All right. To be honest, I'm not even exactly sure what story I'd like to touch on, but I'm glad that commuters are already demanding for the repair of the
bridge.
because something really has to be done. It's the rainy season has really caused a lot of potholes and damages to the road. So I'm really hoping that, you know, Lagos State can, you know, get right on it. So far, they've done so well when it comes to repair of roads. We've seen a lot of road repairs across, you know, different parts of Lagos. So I'm hoping that, you know, this would be attended to.
Well, the big one for me is petrol rising costs, because we all know how it is. I'm actually very worried about the cost of fuel.
Petrol, yeah.
It was bad, then it got worse, and now one wonders how much worse. So there are people saying, oh, maybe it will eventually end up at the price of $1. Since we used to buy it at $1 technically when it was 100 and something. That's so at the end of the day it might end up at 1617. But these are still speculations that people are not hoping will come to fruition.
I was also having a conversation with someone yesterday because of quite a number of trips I have to make before the end of the year. And flight trips are not smiling at all. Yesterday I saw a report that a certain airline was taking from Lagos to Accra as high as 800,000 naira.
Yes, as a matter of fact, yes.
800,000 naira, and that's a one-way trip, not even not a return ticket.
As at last week, it was about 400.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And, you know, so you have people, because now there will be a lot of demand, because during the festive season, a lot of people want to travel. And now I'm looking, maybe just a few airlines are opened and, you know, have scheduled trips for the festive seasons. And we are seeing as much as 200,000 to Abuja. To Uyo, I'm seeing as much as 160,000 one way. I'm not even saying a return, local flights. And then there are also conversations around the road trips, how expensive that is going to cost. And people are already even speculating over,
you know what, we need to check out the
70,000 naira.
Because if we go on with this, it would definitely take the entire newspaper headline block.
Governments, Biko, have mercy on us. We want to travel. All right, so I'll just move on to the Daily Trust newspaper. Making the headlines here, Dangote marketers in fresh row over sale of petrol. We are ready to buy from private refinery, but, says marketers, Nigeria's demand fuel price reduction, availability. And at the top of the paper here, article cautions as court stops monthly releases to Rivers. Power restored in Kano Plateau, Bauchi, Gombe, Benue, Kaduna, and Nasarawa. I am threatened with attack as minister, says Senator Hanga. APC set to reclaim Kano in 2027, says Senator Barrow. And right at the bottom of the paper here, Tinubu appoints Oluyede acting chief of army staff. And right here, Senator confirms Dengyadi Suwaiba Mahia for others as ministers. Don't take everything, IMF. World Bank tells you, Jega tells federal government. And finally, abducted female doctor nephew regained freedom after 10 months.
That last one is the highlight for me. Right. And that's the truth. It is the highlight because that abducted doctor, there have been series of protests, you know, calls, and I'm so glad she's finally regained freedom. It's sad that she had to be held for that long.
Yeah, and that's all we can take on the covers of the papers this morning. The show continues in a bit. Stay with us.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
My 20 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. So much been happening right here in the kitchen. And, well, I just needed to just sort of rest my hands a little bit, right? Chef Walia is here. And, well, we are making our coconut curry jollof rice. And as you can see, she has already begun cooking, right? So tell us what ingredients we're working with and how far you've come.
So we are working with tomato paste, curry, bell pepper, and scotch bonnet for a little heat, and onions. So now I added the oil, then sauteed my onions and garlic. Then after then I added the tomato paste. Then after for a while, for a few minutes, like 2 minutes, all the other ingredients went in. That's the tomato, the bell pepper, and the scotch bonnet. So, and seasoning too. I added a little bit seasoning. I've not added my salt because of my chicken stock. So after then, we can now taste to know how far.
So, but then, is there a reason you're not parboiling the rice?
I don't think we really need to parboil the rice. For me, I don't parboil rice. When we want to cook jollof rice, I don't think we need to parboil it. So you can just prepare your hot water down so that it does not cool down, does not slow down the process of the rice. So
once you heat up the water, what do you do with the rice?
So after adding the rice, I'll add my chicken stock and coconut milk, then I'll add a little bit of water.
A little bit of hot water. So it's sort of like speed up the process for the
and it does not make it soggy, whereby the temperature will come down.
Now that's a hack for you guys. It's always advisable to use hot water when cooking your rice. That's if you're not parboiling it. Our recipe is coming together really nicely. The aroma is filling the studio. You need to be here to experience it for yourself. But if you're just joining us, right there on your screen are the ingredients. If you missed out on them earlier on, we have Chef Walia, and she's making coconut curry jollof rice, right? And chicken. And of course, we have our star ingredient here, which is the rice. We have our tomatoes, red bell peppers, onions.
Yes, onions, garlic.
Go ahead, please.
Garlic, our coconut milk. Don't let us forget that.
Yeah, that's another important ingredient that's needed for this recipe. We have our chicken stock. If you're wondering what the chicken stock is, you want to tell them?
I made I boiled my chicken, so I added a lot of veggies to it, like I added carrots and spring onions. I added the normal, our onions too, and garlic, ginger, any spices you can lay your hands on at home. But mine is strictly spring onions, carrots, onions, ginger, garlic powder, and white pepper.
Okay, and I also need to add, guys, because you've already used a lot of spices and herbs for your chicken, you need to sort of use whatever spice you're using for your rice mix in moderation, so that it's not overpowering, so the spices are not overpowering the meal. If not, it's either going to be too spicy.
Yeah.
Right, too spicy. So you need to, you know, create a really good balance. Don't go and say, you not taste it. It's not sweet. You know, add more. And then by the time it's ready, you find out that, whoa, it is not, one thing is more than the other. But so yeah, try to just use your spices in moderation.
So we are going in with
our chicken stock now. Aha. That looks nice. That looks nice. Look at that oil. Just floating right at the top of the chicken stock.
Coconut milk.
So our coconut milk goes in, and then the rice, right?
Yes.
And then a little bit of hot water. It's a very pretty easy recipe.
I said it earlier.
Yeah, you did actually. And it's going to be done in no time. But while we're getting things sorted right here, let's head over to the couch for our art display.
All right, it's time for us to talk art display on Wake Up Nigeria this morning. And it's with the talented Wale Ashubioju. He is a multidisciplinary artist and environmental activist with a specialization in sculpture. Now, Wale is a dedicated member of the Lagos State chapter of the Society of Nigerian Artists, SNA. He's also a full-time studio artist and consultant. Wale is the creator of the Bere art technique and the visionary CEO behind Black Hole Heritage Studios, Nigeria. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Your CV is rich. It's
you.
very rich. Is it bere? Did I get that right?
Bere.
Bere.
Bere is
because
a
I know
word.
there are different words
Yes.
when you're trying to get something right.
Yeah.
You might think it's bere, or then
No.
it might turn out to be bere, and
Something about Yoruba word, if you don't put mark on them, that's tonal mark.
yeah, you
won't
definitely
call it
get a
well.
mispronunciation.
So it's bere art.
Bere art. What's bere art about?
Bere techniques is all about incision.
Okay.
In Yoruba belief, there's an incision, or we can link it to tribal mark, right? Because it's for different things.
Okay.
For beautification, identification, for protection.
Okay.
That's it.
So you
And
usually
for empowerment.
So if I, for example, decide today that I want to have tribal marks, I can come to you and you fix it.
No, I'm not only color. I'm not. What I mean is that I introduce that into my style. I look at it that I want to do my own separately. So I want to do nail things, and because I'm a sculptor, my challenge as a sculptor is that the use of space. I don't have enough space to practice my area. So I can paint, I can use any other material. So I sat down, did a lot of experimentation, then I came up with the idea, and it's different, quite unique.
There's something really, yes, that word, unique about your work.
Very unique.
The fact that you capture the lights properly, I love that about your work.
Thank you.
I also love the use of colors.
Thank you.
You're very good with merging colors. I really admire your technique.
Thank you.
And it makes me wonder, let's take it from when this all started. You know, many people get into the field. Yes, you have talent. Some people can draw, they can paint. But then something inspires that decision to do art. What was it for you?
Nature, natural.
Wow.
Natural. Nature inspires me a lot because mostly we have different people in art. We have some people because of money. They are inspired by money. Some are inspired by friend, influence. Let me just use that word, influence by friend, by money, a lot of things. But mine is natural, nature. But when you don't run after money and you learn it, you know it very well, then money will run after you.
Wow.
So you get the art first.
I like the sound of that, having money run after us. Yes. Okay, let's talk about your artworks. It's important for us to do so because he has beautiful stuff going on. I think we'll begin from this one. What is this?
This is Ojo Shupa.
Ojo Shupa.
Yes.
Oshupa is moon.
Yes, moon.
Okay.
Actually, it's setting. So, and when the moon is trying to set, it's telling everybody to go relax.
Okay.
So go relax, the night is about to come.
Okay.
So you can sleep. So the
Okay.
pickup there is relaxing.
Okay. So this is like going to night time. The
Yeah.
moon is about to come up. The sun has set.
Yes.
So that's the idea of all of this. That's
Yes.
reddish points when the sun is setting and everything just bursts into colors in
Yeah.
the sky.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying about your technique? You were able to get it. I love what you did with the mid colors here. It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that one, what do you call it?
This Adamu,
Adamo.
the portrait of Adamu Orisha.
Adamo.
Adamu Orisha is Eyo. Another name for Eyo is Adamu.
Yes,
because-
yes, as a
yeah.
matter of fact. So my family has Adamo Orisha as well.
that's
We have, we call it Eyo Bashwa.
Eyo, okay.
Yeah, so, because that's a Lagos thing. So I have a soft spot for Eyo, because every time I see it, it makes me think of my grandpa, who is now late.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so I actually mentioned something to you earlier. The fact that I love what you did with the silver, most people don't notice that there's always something like that in many hats of the Eyo masquerades, yes.
Yes.
And when the sun hits it, there's always that glint.
The highlight.
The highlight, and you manage to get it. I don't think I've seen a painting that gets that. And so I find this really admirable.
Thank you.
I find it really admirable.
Thank you so much.
Well done. So what's with the lights?
The light
Which one is that? Is this sun or which?
is the highlight in art. You know, when the sun perch on a particular object,
Yes.
it gives it highlight.
Yeah.
That's the lightest light, the brightest, let me put it that.
Yeah. And
The
of course the
brightest light,
sticks.
yeah.
You know what they say when they hit the sticks together?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
They say Yeshua. That's what they say. Okay, so we're going to take a look at another of your artwork.
Yeah.
What is this one called?
This one is àwọn omidan ìgbàlódé.
Àwọn omidan ìgbàlódé.
That's a
civilized ladies.
damsels.
Damsels. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this, okay, no, I think we were looking at another one just now.
Okay.
But we'll definitely get to that one. This is the one we're talking about, Àwọn omidan ìgbàlódé.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you come about this? Because this looks to be more than just paintings.
Yes, I look at the way ladies dress these days.
Okay.
So even they don't care anything about their dressing
Their
anymore.
modesty.
So they go to a beach this way. They don't mind to wear it on the street as well. So I want to tell them that it's not everywhere you wear anything you too. So there are some dresses for different things. So if you are indoor, you know what to wear. Not
If you're on the streets, you
on the
know what
streets,
to
you
wear.
know where to wear.
No, but I'm particular about the materials you used. So I see painting, but then I'm seeing some other things. Could it be that you added, what, is there anything else added to that?
Yes. No,
Okay.
as an environmental activist,
Yes.
I care much about my environment. I don't like burning materials, waste materials, or throwing them to unnecessary places. So I reuse them. So most of these things you say there, we have
Recycled materials.
recycled materials there
Okay.
and many other things.
So this last one, what's it called? Just this one here. Let me show
Okay.
it to you before I put it back.
I think this one is talking about the scarcity.
Scarcity.
in the town.
Okay.
Yes. Omogogo,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So the
So,
scarcity. Okay.
You know, in Nigeria, in Africa, entire Africa, we have a lot of things that bother us. So like scarcity of water, now petrol, many other things that we
So
use.
this one is about scarcity.
yes.
Wow. Wow. What a way to end this conversation. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. I love your artwork, and I wish you well in your career. You're doing
you so
really great. You're doing very well.
Thank you so much.
We've reached the top of the hour on Wake Up Nigeria this morning. Let's take a break. We'll be back on the other side. Just stay with us.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great
Do you
Welcome back, guys. You are still tuned into Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, your one-stop morning show for all things exciting, fun, inspiring, good food, good music. And did you check out those art displays, those art pieces earlier on? Oh, magnificent, if you'd ask me. All right, so from engaging conversations, creative highlights, we are always here to keep you energized and entertained. So we'd like you to please, guys, grab a seat, top up that coffee, and let's get right into a fantastic lineup in the second half. Of course, we've got Mary right there in the kitchen with Chef Walia, who's cooking up a storm as always with her innovative recipes. Absolutely, absolutely love them.
Roma, actually, I'm anticipating the finished product. I can't wait to fill my belly with it. And you look amazing with the lights on you.
Oh,
Wow.
really? Thank you.
Like a halo.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I noticed I've not used a red lipstick in a really long time, so I decided to just add that bit of color.
Which is surprising because red used to be
It used to be, right?
Red.
Yes.
Frosty,
Yes.
red.
Yes.
MM
yes.
can have her eyes painted
Yes.
red too.
But you see those
you must give
lips?
me
They
that
have,
red.
Mary, you know me too well. I think it's too much. Yeah, but hey, I love me some red lipstick anytime, any day, guys. But hey, don't forget to share your moments with us using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all our social media platforms. Let's get on this journey together. We can't do this without you. And for those of you on the go, keep the energy going by tuning in live through our mobile app. Not forget that you can download on both the Google Play or iOS stores. And if you're right here in Nigeria, switch to GOTV channel 16 and UHF 49. We are bringing the joy and excitement right into your homes. And of course, let's connect more. Guys, we want to hear from you. We need you to please reach us on all our socials once again at TVC Entertainment _. Let's get right into what we have left in the second half of the show. Of course, we still have tech coming up. So we're getting a few tech updates on what's innovative in the world of technology. And next up, we have birthday shout-outs. For those of you still born in the month of October, oh, well, today's the last day of October, right? Oh, we had a blast this month. Right, so we're celebrating you and your loved ones.
Everything and more.
And for our book chat, we have got John Adefisayo, the visionary behind John Adefisayo Clothings. He uses his social media to engage followers with content on faith and creative entrepreneurship. And his new book, I Will Get Back to You, is filled with practical tips for young creative in Nigeria looking to reach the right audience and succeed in their businesses. Next and finally on the show, we have Waka Waka Doctor, as he calls himself. He's a travel guru himself. He'll be here to share his experiences and give expert advice on those of you that want to jackpot. Right. He's got you. We've got interesting lineup, guys. You don't want to miss any part of the second half of the show. We need you to please stay tuned. But let's see what the weather is about today. And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. Yes, on Tech today, we will be, highlighting some of the new innovations in the world of technology. And of course, we'll start out with AI, right? There's been a lot of conversations around the AI. But yes, as AI gets better and better, it may seem to be harder and harder to tell what's real and what isn't. But not all hope is lost, guys. So here's how you can tell the difference between the real and the computer-generated images. Let's check this out.
As AI gets better and better, it may seem harder and harder to tell what's real and what isn't. But not all hope is lost. Here's how you can tell the difference between the real and the computer-generated. First off, your eyes alone are a great tool. The devil really is in the tiny details with AI. One too many fingers, asymmetrical jewelry, or subjects with flawless skin. At first glance, this image created by Midjourney looks like someone promoting a cookbook on Insta. But upon further inspection, you can see the contorted sugar jar, warped knuckles, and skin that's just a little too smooth. Here's another example. Google's Imagen 3 created this image of Volkswagen vans parading down a beach. The sand and buses look flawlessly photorealistic. But look closer. Can you see the gobbledygook lettering where the iconic VW logo should be? How about those amorphous splotches on the fourth bus? So maybe your eyes aren't so great at doing the whole seeing thing. Some studies have shown that it's about a 50-50 chance that a human person can detect a generated picture. Don't fret. There are also some minimal to low effort websites you can use for a little assistance. Here's one you might already be familiar with, the good old reverse image search. By uploading a pic to Google Images or a reverse image search tool, you can trace the provenance of the image. Google search also has an About This Image feature that provides a lot of legitimate information, like when the image was first indexed and where else it appeared online. Once in a while, you might come across an image or video that you nor the online engine can't clock for certain. That's when you turn to these AI image detectors. These tools use computer vision to examine pixel patterns and determine the likelihood of an image being AI generated. Wait a sec. A computer detecting computer-generated stuff. Sounds kind of fishy, right? Like, aren't they kind of on the same team? Yes, which is why AI detectors aren't completely foolproof. But it's a good way for the average person to determine whether an image merits some scrutiny, especially when it's not immediately obvious. We tested a bunch of these detectors with the same AI images to see if they're up to snuff. AI or not is a tool that gives a simple yes or no answer, so we tried with 10 images and got an 80% success rate. Not bad, but not perfect. Next up was Hive Moderation's free demo tool, and it got a 90% overall success rate. However, it failed to detect an artificial image of a chipmunk army scaling a rock wall. As much as I wish that was real, alas, it is not. Illuminati has a free plan that provides basic AI image detection. It got only 50% right, and to the horror of rodent biologists, it gave the infamous rat dick image a low probability of being AI.
Now that's a hack for you to detect an AI-generated image from the real one. Now let's move over to another interesting innovation. Cataracts, the cloudy patches formed on the lens of a person's eye, have now become one of the most causes of blindness worldwide. And according to the World Health Organization, even though they are also among the most easily treatable eye conditions, this discrepancy is largely due to a global shortage of ophthalmologists, which means that people, especially those in low and middle income countries, often live with a visual impairment that could have been prevented. So to try and increase the number of eye surgeons in those regions, an immersive training simulator designed by Orbis and Fundamental VR offers supports to medical students who train in ophthalmic surgery, particularly cataract, to create a safe yet realistic practice environment. This simulator wields virtual reality and haptic feedback, allowing trainees to experience the feel of human tissue, and also uses cloud assessment data and accessible low-cost gaming hardware. The program is already running in hospitals in Ethiopia, Bangladesh, India, China, and Mongolia. Says that technology is doing more harm than good. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the role it is playing in helping lives right there. And it's a wrap on the show for now. We have so much coming right next. Stay with us. The show continues.
Break time, when my champ needs to keep going, he's going to need his favorite snack, made with the crunchy goodness of Niger-grown maize, malt, cocoa, and milk, containing calcium, iron, and fiber.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Celebrate your loved ones this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. Woohoo! And we're kicking it off this morning with C. Duff. Your birthday is October 29, and this is coming to you from Remy and Zay Zay. Happy birthday to you, C. Duff.
All that you prayed for this year, you would have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Idara. Your birthday is October 30, and this is coming to you from yourself and of course from us at Wake Up Nigeria, celebrating you on your special day. Happy birthday!
All that you prayed for this year, you would have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more.
We are celebrating the Ogunlowo twins, Taiwo and Kehinde. Your birthday being October 31st, and of course you're celebrating yourself. Happy birthday to you from Wake Up Nigeria as well.
You would have all that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Olaoluwa Kintan Onodeko. Your birthday is October 27. You're celebrating yourself, and so are we from Wake Up Nigeria. Happy birthday.
You prayed for this year, you would have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more.
We're celebrating Olatunji Lukman. Your birthday is October 29. This is coming to you from Olajumoke Babawale. Happy birthday.
You will have all that you prayed for this year, you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
Happy birthday to Oniade Faith. October 29th, your birthday. And this is coming to you from your mom and dad. Enjoy the celebration.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for.
We are celebrating Pastor Femi Esho, PICA. October 29 is your birthday. This is coming to you from Oasis of Grace Riverhouse Fellowship Center. Happy birthday.
You prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
We're celebrating Shoyoye Hammond. October 29 is your birthday. This is coming to you from Feishara Oluwakemi Shoyoye. Happy birthday indeed.
All that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Happy birthday to Sugar. Your birthday is on October 30. This is coming to you from your science. Happy birthday indeed. Interesting. Sugar. Okay. Okay.
All that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to everyone born in the month of October. We celebrate you. Make sure you enjoy your celebration as well. And talking about celebration, I love celebrating authors because it's actually a wonderful thing to put your thoughts to paper and still be able to communicate effectively and make a lot of sense to those who read it. And one of such books is what we're discussing today. Because for our book chats this morning on Wake Up Nigeria, we've got John Adefisayo, the visionary founder of John Adefisayo Clothings. Now, John uses his social media to engage followers with content on faith and on creative entrepreneurship. His new book, I'll Get Back to You, is filled with practical tips for young creatives in Nigeria looking to reach the right audience and succeed in their business. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us this morning. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So I'll get back to you. I need to take a break now. I'm just kidding. But what inspired this book? I'll get back to you.
All right. Like I used to say, I write for people on the streets. And what do I mean? It's all about people. I'm very much interested in people who are just starting out. And most importantly, people who are starting from scratch or people who have just little in their hands. I believe your ideas are valid and you can actually make the best of it. So what I write about is how you can start from where you are with what you have. I do not take pride in the fact that people, we always tell you, you have to fail multiple times before you get it right. I believe that for every failure, there is a knowledge gap that needs to be bridged. So the fact that I do it multiple times before I get it right, I don't take pride in it, that people should also do it like that. So I took it upon myself to start putting out content in form of videos, tweets. Yes, I tweets. And eventually I was able to put my thoughts together and get this book.
So it was like a combination of all the thoughts you shared and some more, of course. Okay. I'll get back to you. It's something that most entrepreneurs hear every now and then. Someone asks you, how much is this suit? You answer them, it's 75,000 naira or 70,000 naira, as the case may be. And they say, oh, okay. Is it going to be the same color? And then you're having a conversation. And you're thinking, oh, this is a potential client. And then the next thing, okay, I'll get back to you. And in most cases, they never get back. So this book seeks to address such incidents and how best to handle it, right?
Yeah. This I'll get back to you thing is not just about what you are going to say when a client says, I will get back to you. So the best way to avoid it, to even avoid it, is to avoid it. You don't have to say, okay, well, I'm going to war. when they shoot me on the chest, what should I do?
I'll hold it, then try to bring out the
point is
bullets
that,
and grab the
please,
gun.
I'm going to war. Please, if they shoot me, how will you not enter? Let me just avoid it. So that's what it's all about positioning. So if you are well positioned to attract the right set of people, you are consistent with owning your skills, so you get to attract the kind of people that needs you, and they don't just take your product to be a mere wish. It's actually a need, and they are really proud to be identified with you, and they are also willing and able to buy.
Willing and able to buy, because that's key these days. Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the chapters. Let's begin from Just to Do It, which is chapter 1. Yeah. Just do it. And I noticed, in fact, I didn't even pronounce it where it should be just do it, because it's actually a question. Are you sure you should just do it? So tell us more about that. The need for intentionality. Tell us.
Yes. The fact that it is your first time does not mean it should be bad. Does not mean it should be bad. So what you should do is not that you continue to work with what you just have in your head. Because there's a quote in that chapter from Aliko Dangote. He said that you cannot grow your business past the knowledge that you have. So when I say just do it, just do it, yes, that means it's not a normal thing. Yes, I should say something. Failure is not normal.
It's not normal. The quote is actually in the first page right there. The growth you expect to see in your business is a reflection of the quality of education that you have given to your mind. So that's actually the quotes there.
So you don't have to fail because it's your first time. So just reach out for the right knowledge and ensure that you do it well. I used to say that
right on your first try.
In every other way, maybe I'm wrong. In every other way, you might be able to use your common sense. But when it comes to things like this, especially creative entrepreneurship, there's nothing you want to do that someone has not done before. Just reach out for the right knowledge. Sometimes you have to intend, you have to save to get it, and sometimes you'll be able to afford to pay for classes to get taught and get equipped. Whatever, I say stop complaining, get equipped.
Wow. Okay, so now that takes us to Show Your Work, chapter 2. Yes. What's Show Your Work about?
Show your work, yes. When I say show your work, I mean okay, let me paint this scenario. Someone is trying to hire you for a job that is worth 5K. You can just talk on the spot and just get the deal sealed. But when you're talking about 50 million, people want to see what you have done before.
True.
I wrote it. I said, I have done this. We convert better than I will do this, or I
can do this. That's true.
So one of the ways that you avoid this, I will get back to you, is that you have to have a very much compelling portfolio, so that you don't have to keep explaining and explaining. And sometimes it's not that people don't have the money to buy. It is that they are not convinced
that you are capable of
even with strong recommendations. They have not seen the kind of work they want to hire you for. They have not seen it before.
True. So I actually like the fact that even though you used a few foreign folks quotes, you use a lot of indigenous quotes. I know Simire is a Cotonou kind of name, or all these Badagry names. So I see this one for Show Your Work, Simire Jesuni, and wherever you see sugar, you will see ants. Human beings are prone to be attracted to where there is growth. That's the quote there.
This is actually a big shout out to Simire Tijesuni. Tijesuni.
All right.
So he's a big fashion entrepreneur in Ilorin, Nigeria, and I really love his work, admire his work, and his strides. Yes. So what it means is that where you see sugar, you will see ants.
You will see ants.
So I tell people that it is not those fine pictures that really convert into sales. It is the fact that people have seen you do it over time. It is your growth that is more attractive.
Okay. Thank you so much for this book, John Adefisayo. It's I'll get back to you. Hopefully you add soon to it, and hopefully soon you won't have to hear it at all. Thank you so much indeed. All right, at this point, we'll take a break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. Just stay with us.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications.
Welcome back, people. Finally joining me right here on the couch is Waka Waka Waka, Doctor himself, the travel guru. He's here to share his experiences and give expert advice on those of you that want to jackpot and how to make it, basically easy steps on, how to, make that transition easier for you. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you. Absolutely buzzing. Yeah.
You look like you're buzzing.
I am always buzzing.
I mean, this is I would say it's a thriving period for you as an immigration consultant.
Why do you say so?
Because we have a lot of people who are making that move outside of the country. But we'll get to that in a bit. Let's talk about you as a content creator and as a travel blogger. I would say travel guru, travel blogger. Also because in the last 5 years, there seems to be an evolution that took place in the travel scene. We saw more people, sharing their exploits all around the country, and you just came into our face because I follow you on Twitter as well, and I think you're doing amazing well.
Thank you.
Helping a lot of people make that transition. But how did it all begin for you?
Well, so it all started when I left the country. Yeah.
Which was how many years ago?
This was about 10 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason why I left was purely because of money, right?
Okay.
Left the country in search of money. And I realized that I could earn more and I could get more experience out there. And that's how it played out, and it's still playing out. And when I left the country for the first time, I got the opportunity to travel to different places, met different people, learned languages, met people of different cultures and values. And this thing where you always feel like your father's garden is the biggest until you see someone else's garden actually, came to fore. And I just felt it would be good for more people to actually know that opportunities exist out there. A lot of people often feel that you need a lot of money to travel abroad. Only those who are rich, can go abroad. And when I moved abroad, I didn't spend a dime. It was purely my skill that took me out. And so I just felt this would be a great opportunity to share to people, and I started creating content bit by bit. And of course, you get a lot of pushback.
Exactly, I was
but
coming there.
The results are there for people to see, and that's what pushes me.
Yeah, but we're in a time where, there's also a lot of, as much as people are making that migration, there's also people advocating for, Nigerians abroad in the diaspora to come back home and, equip and, use their skills here to, educate and empower the country. What are your thoughts on that, being that you are on the other side of the...
Well, people, again, this is a misconception. People think that because I tell people to leave Nigeria, then I hate Nigeria. I don't hate Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigeria is my fatherland. Nigeria is my country. Nigeria made me. I don't hate Nigeria. And in fact, the concept of migration or japa is a cycle. So you have not effectively moved abroad, jackpad, if you don't go and return. So, and I'm not saying you go and then come here to retire. I'm saying you go, acquire skills, acquire training, build capital, raise wealth, and then do some sort of give back to where you're coming from. It could be your family, it could be your small community, it could be your village, it could be your, it doesn't have to be the whole country, you know? So it's a cycle. And when people feel that, oh, he advocates move abroad, then he must hate the country. No, I don't. But I think that everybody deserves that right to just see what abroad looks like.
Yeah.
And that's the idea.
We've also had conversations. I mean, I would say that the Japa syndrome is quite a controversial topic. Also because there has been conversations around people just moving and getting stranded. You know, they do it because A, B, C, D, relative, colleague, you know, is doing it, so let me do it, right? And then they get over there and then they're stranded. Also being a consultant in this regard, what would you advise in terms of, you know, making that decision to making that transition?
So a couple of questions you need to ask yourself, and it's like everything in life. You don't just jump in there. You need to plan. It takes time. So you need to ask yourself, why am I moving abroad? You want to move abroad? Why? Is it because your sister is doing it, your friend is doing it, or is it because it's the in thing now, so everybody's doing, let's do it?
Yeah.
So why? You must answer that question. Is it because you want a place with security? Is it because you want money, like I moved? Is it because you want a place that would afford you the better opportunity to get a more recognized passport that gives you global opportunities? Is it because you want a place that offers you access to basic facilities that you don't have where you are at the moment? You need to answer that question. And that's why I always tell people, it doesn't have to be Canada. It doesn't have to be the UK. Because if you can answer that question, why, then even if it's Ghana you move to, you've jackpot, because Ghana solves that question, why. The next thing you want to ask is, how do I want to do it? Do I want to move through the academic route? Do I want to move through permanent residency programs? Do I want to move using my skill? Do I want to move with marriage? You need to be able to answer that question, how. Then, of course, you need to ask yourself, when do I want to do it? So is it now? It cannot be now, because you need to plan, you need to give yourself time. And I tell, the earliest you can do it is probably 3 to 6 months if you're using the academic route and you've been planning ahead of time. And the longest it can take as long as 2 to 3 years of proper planning, depending on the route you take.
Let's talk about common mistakes that people make, a lot of Nigerians make when they make that transition, whether it is academically, whether it is with their accommodation, living, and let's, you know, address some of those common mistakes.
Lots of mistakes, and it's not just Nigerians, okay?
I think,
it's a general thing. People don't read, okay? You need to research and check out. You need to answer those questions I talked about and see where you... One of the things I play about even is, you want to move to a certain country and you don't know the capital of that country. It's as little as that. Where do you want to go to? I want to move to Norway. Oh, yeah, what's the capital of Norway? You don't know. I want to move to Luxembourg. Okay, what is the capital of Luxembourg? It's as little as that. So you need to read, you need to research about where you're going to. That's the first mistake a lot of people make. Another thing is people don't have the right amount of information. So when you research, you get clues about what you need to do, how you need to do it. And that information can be found in books, it can be found online, it can be found on YouTube, it can be found even on TikTok and Instagram, the right type of information. And then you have to make sure that you have the requirements, okay? You have to be able to find or know that you have the requirements in terms of documentation, in terms of skill, in terms of what that country needs. Some people say, oh, I want to go abroad, I want to go and work. I just want to go and work. What work? You have chosen you want to go to this country, but your skill, is it in demand in that country? So every country has a shortage occupations list. Every country has a skill that's in demand in that country. You make sure that your skill, the skill you have, is in demand in where you're going. And then we can talk about documentation. You know, people don't write documents, people forge documents. It's a whole long list.
There has also been conversations around people getting scammed from fraudulent agents. I've also had an incident of someone who actually, she had already relocated with her family, and then she got there. It turns out that the agents that got her there was fraudulent. So that sort of, she had 2 weeks to either fix up her, accreditation and her documents, or get deported. Now, what are the things to look out for when, meeting with an agent?
Can I do like Hulk?
Okay.
I hate agents. Like, hate is a strong word, but I mean it with every fiber I have. And that's because agents can literally ruin your life. They don't tell you the whole picture. Because that agent who is in Mokola, Ibadan, and is saying, I want to take you to Canada. Is it that he doesn't like Canada?
Exactly. Why is he not there?
He doesn't like the Canada he wants to take you to. There's job. We'll give you the job. And then you can't. No. You need to listen to someone who's got the right information, the right experience, the right know-how. And a lot of us in Nigeria and even in Africa are so desperate because of the situation we find ourselves. So if anybody tells you, bring 1.5 million, I will take you to Oman, I'll take you to Bahrain, you need to have the right type of information. So you have to beware, really, when someone is promising you stuff where you don't have to do a lot of job. You just relax, bring money. Visa will come to you at your doorstep.
You need to be wary of that.
You need to
That
be wary
is
of
a
that.
red flag.
You know, they don't, you ask an agent questions, they're not able to give you answers. There's a lot of red flags. You know, they encourage you to forge documents. You know,
Oh, wow. The agents will tell you to do that.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, this is a really, really long conversation. Like, it's a broad conversation. I mean, if we stay here, we wouldn't be here. But I'm glad that you've been able to, hit bits and pieces of, some of the common issues that a lot of people or Africans generally have to deal with when they migrate. But thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you
Same
here.
Same here.
And so now, at this juncture, I would like to jack back to the kitchen.
Wow.
Yes, our chef Walia has made something.
Amala.
Nice.
Is it amala?
No, actually, it's coconut curry jollof rice.
All right, that works.
All right, so let's head over there. Welcome to the kitchen, Waka Waka Doctor. This is Chef Walia, and this morning she's made for you coconut curry jollof rice. And there you have chicken that's perfectly grilled. It looks grilled or fried. It's not grilled, right?
Can I be honest? Just from outside, on the road, you can smell this.
Oh, nice.
It's and right here now, I'm full.
Yeah. Before you even eat, but please have a taste. Let us know what you think. What's your favorite country?
My favorite country, well, it depends, really depends on my mood, but the most beautiful country I've seen ever is New Zealand.
Ooh, okay.
Is
have
where?
a taste. New Zealand.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, let's have this. I have to be careful of the way I eat now before Okwe Farmer can say.
Okay. It hits all the right notes.
All the right spots.
All the right spots. I like that.
Oh, that's nice. And well done, Walia. Well done.
Well
and
done,
Waka Waka, thank you for being
Thank you
here
so
on
much.
the
Thank you
show.
so
Thank you so much.
you.
To everyone who has been a part of the show today, the crew, of course, our director, producers, all our guests, thank you so much for your time. And to you too for watching.
And
have a great day.